Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we're embarking on a linguistic adventure exploring a fascinating corner of the English language portmanteaus. You know, those clever words formed by blending two existing words? We're going to dive deep into what makes portmanteaus tick, how they're formed, and why they're not just linguistic quirks but actually powerful tools to make you sound like a more confident, articulate English speaker. Because let's face it, who doesn't want to casually drop a bromance or a staycation into a conversation and sound totally in the know? So buckle up, word nerds, language enthusiasts, and anyone who's ever wondered where on earth words like hangry come from. This one's for you. Alright, let's kick things off with a word that's practically synonymous with lazy weekends and bottomless mimosas, brunch. Now, brunch might seem like a perfectly ordinary word, but it's actually a prime example of a portmanteau in action. You see, brunch is the beautiful love child of breakfast and lunch. It's what happens when you sleep in a little too late on a Saturday, miss breakfast entirely, and find yourself craving waffles and pancakes at like 11 a.m. The genius of brunch, though, is that it perfectly captures that in-between mealtime, that glorious hybrid of breakfast foods and lunchy vibes. It's casual, it's delicious, and it rolls off the tongue way easier than saying, "I'd like to have breakfast food at lunchtime, please." So next time you're planning a leisurely weekend get-together, just tell your friends, "Let's meet for brunch on Sunday." They'll know exactly what you mean. Now, not all portmanteaus are as delightful as brunch. Take smog, for instance. Definitely not something you want to be invited to. Smog, as you might have guessed, is a mashup of smoke and fog, and it perfectly encapsulates that hazy, unhealthy air pollution that plagues many cities. It's not a pretty sight, and it's definitely not good for your lungs, but as a word, smog is incredibly efficient. It instantly conjures up the image of a city skyline obscured by a thick, greyish haze, a visual reminder of the impact of industrial activity and car exhaust on our environment. You could say the air was filled with a mixture of smoke and fog, but the city's smog was particularly bad today. It just hits harder, doesn't it? It's concise, it's impactful, and it perfectly illustrates the power of a well-crafted portmanteau. All right, let's hit the road with our next portmanteau, the motel. This one's a classic, a staple of road trip movies and cross-country adventures. And it's a perfect example of how portmanteaus can simplify our language and make it more efficient. Motel, of course, is a blend of motor and hotel, and it instantly conjures up images of roadside lodging, neon signs, and that slightly musty but comforting smell of a room that's seen its fair share of weary travellers. It's not fancy, but it's convenient, affordable, and it gets the job done. And isn't that what you want after a long day of driving? You could say, we're looking for a hotel that's specifically designed for motorists, but we stayed at a cozy motel during our road trip. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? It's concise, it's evocative, and it perfectly captures the essence of the motel experience. Let's talk about a portmanteau that's both practical and slightly controversial. The spork. Now, whether you consider the spork a stroke of genius or an abomination against cutlery is a matter of personal opinion. But there's no denying its efficiency, especially when you're trying to pack light. The spork, as you might have guessed, is the love child of a spoon and a fork, a hybrid utensil that aims to do it all. Is it as good as a dedicated spoon or fork? Debatable. Does it fit neatly into a backpack and eliminate the need for two separate utensils? Absolutely. The spork is a testament to our desire for convenience, for streamlining our lives, even if it means sacrificing a bit of elegance along the way. So next time you're packing for a camping trip or braving the wilds of a music festival, consider the humble spork. I always carry a spork when I go camping. You can say with pride, because sometimes you just need a utensil that can handle anything. And finally, let's talk about a portmanteau that's become a staple of late-night television and the source of many an impulse purchase, the infomercial. Now, infomercials might get a bad rap for their over-the-top presentations and questionable products, but as a word, infomercial is undeniably effective. It seamlessly blends information and commercial, perfectly capturing that unique genre of advertising that tries to disguise itself as helpful, informative content. You know the drill. A seemingly ordinary person raving about a revolutionary cleaning product, a cheesy before and after montage set to upbeat music, and an unbelievably limited time offer that you just can't miss. Sure, they can be cheesy, they can be over the top, but infomercials are masters of persuasion, and that's thanks in part to their brilliantly descriptive name. I bought this gadget after watching an infomercial, you might confess to a friend, shaking your head at your own susceptibility to their persuasive powers. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the wonderful world of portmanteaus. From brunch to infomercials, these linguistic mashups are all around us, enriching our language and making it more efficient, expressive, and sometimes even a little bit silly. Hopefully you've gained a newfound appreciation for the power of portmanteaus and how they can make your English sound sharper, smarter, and more sophisticated. So go forth, embrace the portmanteau, and sprinkle these linguistic gems into your everyday conversations. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on improving your English. See you next time.